So have you ever been in a car and hear a song coming through your speakers and instantly remember all the words? Do memories of another time or place, and this is usually the case, events, flood your brain? That happens to me all the time. If I'm on my way to work or even walking down the street and a song hits my ears and bam, I'm somewhere else. I remember the good times and the bad times. I've even had it happen to me when I'm just walking around, not really looking for music at all. That happens a lot in grocery stores. I'm not really sure why. But that's what this channel is about. My music memories. Things that flood into my head while hearing that song. This week's story is about the song In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. And the title's not a lie. Well, not exactly. If you really listen, the title is the truth. Burger King really did make my wife cry. This song was a big hit to me. I mean, it had to be. Back then, advertising and music promotion was a very different thing than it is today. For songs to get noticed, they simply played them on the radio. Before the days of liking and subscribing, to help you show people that you love the content, they would actually call the radio station to request a song, even if that song was playing at the time of the request. It's crazy. But back then, that's how you got people, besides your friends, to understand just how great this song was. And fans would call the radio station and demand that they play the song. The song was on the air all the time. That's what happened to popular songs or albums. It was on radio repeat for weeks at least. And I remember buying the cassette for the song Sledgehammer. In Your Eyes wasn't the biggest hit on the album. Not even close. But it stuck with me. I remember quite a bit about the entire record. In retrospect, that really surprises me. Usually I remember the song, the lyrics, or maybe even the cover. But here, my memories are flooded with the song Mercy Street, that song from side 2 that was done with Kate Bush. Someone who I had never heard of before, but still, not really a fan though. I remember being entranced with cassettes that I would buy. Usually it was for one song because back then, even getting a tape single, which were a thing, were very difficult. They came in these cardboard containers, not even plastic. And it was usually just one song, and on the other song was a weird B-side song that nobody liked. But because I was forced to buy the entire album, I actually listened to it. I mean, hey, I wanted to get my money's worth. But the big song on the tape was never the first one. I mean, people realized very quickly that if you wanted people to listen to your entire tape, you put the good stuff right in the middle. And that's what happened here. Sledgehammer was like the third song. But In Your Eyes was like the last song on the first side. And boy, did that song grab me. The smooth longing tore at my insides. There was enough of a musical landscape to keep my sped-up brain interested for multiple repetitions. I don't remember where I bought the tape, but I do remember that I paid for it with my own money. I think it was one of the first things that I actually bought with a paycheck that I had earned. I mean, there was no allowance for me. Actually, I don't remember ever getting an allowance from my parents, but I guess I just got that go-away money here and there. You know, the money that parents give to kids to get them out of the house so they can talk about taxes and things. But this money came from my own labor, my own sweat. When I was young, I had lots of jobs. But the first job I had was at a local Burger King. It was the first time that I had been exposed to their chicken sandwich. Usually when you know how something is made, your love for it wanes pretty severely. The magic is gone when you know that your parents bought your Christmas presents, not Santa. Because then you just ask them for the presents because you know that they could find it. But boy, oh boy, did that not happen with this sandwich. The Burger King chicken sandwich was, well, it was unique. It had a log bun with sauce, probably mayonnaise. But I didn't know then, I still really have no idea what it was. And a piece of fried chicken on it. But there was something that captured my taste buds and, well, never let go. I mean, when I was young, my dad ran a local McDonald's. And I remember going down to the store when they were closed and puttering around in the Happy Meal toys while my dad did, well, manager things. And I had their chicken sandwich. The plain round bun with the round piece of chicken. No real lasting appeal. I mean, it looked like just like a burger with, chicken in it. I mean, not unique. But even today, when I enter McDonald's today, I still don't care about the chicken sandwich. We recently took a trip from Ottawa to my home, and along the way, There was a Burger King on the road. I stopped and immediately bought 3 chicken sandwiches. One to eat as fast as humanly possible, and the others to slowly savor as we continued our travels. I hadn't even thought or even eaten one of these specific sandwiches in years, but the happy memories flooded back as my taste buds got their fix. I did not have a Burger King locally and hadn't for many years, but occasionally I would beg people to drive all the way to the lone restaurant where I could enjoy the chickeny goodness. Well, nobody took my offer, though, and then by some miracle we got one. One came to my town. Unfortunately, it was on the outskirts of town and was very difficult for me to get to regularly. But I was still there opening week, enjoying the tasty lunch. It's funny, but in retrospect, the rest of the food in the Burger King menu didn't really appeal to me. It was pretty crappy. I mean, I like the Burger King over the Whopper, and McDonald's French fries are still the best in the business. But that chicken sandwich, hands down, is one of my favorite fast food items. So that job helped begin my cassette collection. And because it was filled with cassettes that I bought, I held it closer to my chest. Because of the ownership of the tape, I was consistently forcing myself to listen to the entire tape, both A and B sides. A euphoric feeling washed over me as I listened to the songs Red Rain, Sledgehammer, and of course, In Your Eyes. The determination that I had paid for the entire cassette, and well, god damn it, I was going to hear the entire thing, the second side as well. There was nothing good on the second side that I remember, but screw it, I was going to listen to it. My eyes often got heavy during that time, but the first side was so much better. In the last decade, the song has hit me in many other ways too. When I hear this now, a smile rushes to my face as I'm reminded of my wife Lynn. The song seems to speak to my longing, contentment, and safety of being in her eyes, that she sees something in me that I don't possibly see. It's become one of those songs that make me feel physically warm when I hear it. It reminds me of her smile, a smile that always lights up my heart and keeps me in a positive state of mind. A real feat for this pessimist. There aren't too many songs that can force a happy emotion on me, but this is one of the best. Probably not because it's not tied to a specific event, but to a feeling. It's almost a soul connection with my wife. I remember sending her this song as soon as we started dating. She knew the song, of course. It was very popular here, and she's a big fan of 80s music. But when I sent it to her, I simply said that it reminded me of her. And that will be forever true. I remember seeing tears in the corner of her eyes a few days later while she was playing the song. I was confused and scared. Did I give her a horrid song from her past? A school dance song that brings back the sting of life? Oh God, did I unintentionally remind her of a good time she experienced with an ex that wasn't me? All of those awful thoughts sped through my mind. Fearing the worst, I slowly asked, what was wrong? Did the song upset you? I'm so sorry. And I frantically started to ramble off apologies and started to sweat and internally panic. Fuck, what have I done? Through the gentle tears, she put her finger to my lips and said, no, you dummy, I love it. It makes me happy that you love me. I quickly hugged her, and I held on to her what felt like a long time. But it was probably just till the end of the song. A goofy smile shone across my face the entire time. And that goofy smile, sometimes, if you watch me listening to it, will still make an appearance across my face. I hope you enjoyed the story that fell out of my head. And if a song has brought fond memories to you of a loved one, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.